the ground. Walking along the ocean, above the sea. Boats are sweeping gently, seagulls flying free. If you love the sunshine, get outside and take a ride. You won't forget it, you won't regret it.
One, two, three, four. I'm testing.
Yo, what is cracking? What is cracking, my people? Welcome to yet a brand new episode of ADQ's Renaissance. I am your host with the most, keeping it 100 from coast to coast. Through God I boast. A to the D to the Q. Check me out. Let me pull this thing down to my level. All right. So this is my first ever episode recording on Vimeo. I'm trying to be a YouTuber and a Vimeoer. So yo, it is Monday, May the 6th, 2024. Hope you all have had a wonderful weekend. Hope you all are having a great Monday so far. So today I want to talk about joy is a decision. Joy is a decision. But before I get started on that, as you can see plainly that your dearly beloved host has a brand new hairdo. Yes. This is actually my first ever episode of ADQ's Renaissance where I am recording with no locks. My locks are gone. Nah, actually my locks are not gone. They are in a bag in my drawer here at Castle Quarles, but I cut them. Why did I cut them? Because number one, I did a live on Instagram talking about this, but most of all, I reiterate for you all, my subscribers, which if you have not subscribed to ADQ's Renaissance or channel ADQ, please hit that subscribe button. All you will get is great, incredible, wonderful, dope content from your boy. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and share the word ADQ's Renaissance. Join channel ADQ. Now, why did I cut the locks? Here's why I cut the locks. Number one, they were getting heavy. Number two, I was getting tired of tying my hair back into a ponytail and having to watch my hair like poof up, and I'm wearing a fro on top of my head. Like 3 weeks after getting it retwisted. Number 3, just I wanted a new look, and I couldn't stop thinking about how I would look with locks. All this. Now, one would say it's just hair, and in a sense it is, but also, I was subbing the other day. I'm a substitute teacher. That's my day job. All the kids were acting like Jesus had come back. They were like, oh, "You had dreads. What happened? Why'd you cut them?" Cause I wanted to. That's why. And the way my hair grows, it grows really fast. I'm gonna rock. Of course, I'm gonna rock this for a while. But I might, switch the braids and then cut it again, or I might regrow the locks, just freeform this time. I don't know, but right now I like this look. I'm getting used to not having my locks hit me in my face whenever I swing my head like this. But I'm happy with it. I'm happy. So I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. I want to shout out 2 people who have been giving me incredible narratives to feed off of for this podcast this weekend. They are my friends, Nico Williams, whose podcast, To the Men After Me, is incredible. I would recommend watching it. He preached the great word over at Mercy Hill Church yesterday morning. I'm recording this on a Sunday, so my bad. But you are watching this on a Monday. And I would like to shout out my friend Dan Beckman, who gave a brilliant one-man performance, even though he included various members of the audience in every brilliant thing. The things that I learned from both are going to play a part in this episode, and I would like to also shout out Dan, who is a brilliant musician, photographer, Dan Beckman Photography. And I would like to say that he and his wife, another great friend of mine, Aaron Dirk, have a great podcast. Aaron and Dan, I was on there a few times when It's Riley. So I would definitely recommend checking that out as well. So I'm coming at you all saying to you, joy is a decision. Before I get into the joy being a decision, I want to talk more about every little thing. When I watched that, of course, Aaron invited me over to Winston-Salem on a rainy day. Didn't really feel like going, with rehearsal going on. Rehearsal for what? I'll tell you in a minute. I'm sorry, my ADHD is going crazy right now. But I was excited to see what was going on. I get into the Milton Rose Arts space that's right next to the Haynesbury Theater in Winston-Salem, Trey Foe, and I'm hearing so much jazz music, and anybody who knows me knows that I love me some jazz. I love jazz. I get a big tub of popcorn, It's not like I eat it all the time. Usually I eat skinny popcorn. I check in, I sit down. Shout out to Amber and Jeremy Engel. They both see me and give me big hugs. We're gonna talk more about that in a minute. And I watched the show. This was my second time watching a one-man show. The first time I saw a one-man show, it was called True. It's about Truman Capote. They did it over at Greensboro College. Parker Perry? No, not Parker Perry. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. Joe Hall, who directed me and Truman Capote's Holiday Memories. Her husband directed the True one-man show over at Greensboro College. It was powerful. So So this is my second time watching the one-man show. I'm watching Dan. I'm like, okay, I've seen Dan before. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him. We've even worked together before in the Zoom play, the Zoom series HS Data Buddy. And also, of course, he wrote and directed. He and Aaron both wrote and directed Season Springs, where I got to be a psychopathic weatherman. I'm just laying the groundwork. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching Dan by himself in a show that he directed, and he's a one-man show, right? How's this gonna work, bruh? You want to talk about some of the greatest theater that I've ever seen in my entire life, coming from a one-man show, and that one man being Dan's 6'4" Minnesotan self. It was a perfect balance of let's talk about our mental health and let's have some laughs. Let's have some light content going on. I'm not going to give away the show, but I just know that the way that he portrayed that character, the way that he utilizes the elements that were in the space, the way that he made an inclusive effort, I give a big round of applause. Also, I looked at him and I looked at Aaron. I told them, I said, yo, the way I really feel, I'm going to give you the substantive. I'm going to give you the surface level. I'm going to give you the surface level reaction. It was great. But I am going to send you a message, and I did, telling them what I really thought. It was all praiseworthy. So it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show. I felt like that Dan was telling a bit of his story and telling some of my story. So, and he told me that a lot of people told him that. Every brilliant thing translates to me as to taking every brilliant idea that you have, even in the midst of some of the most trying, traumatic times in life, and making a list of it. So, I'm gonna hit the pause button here before I say more, and say, if you are watching this ADQ's Renaissance, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. A couple things that I got going on. I am collecting funds for a GoFundMe. It's called Please Help ADQ Drive. Yeah, that's right. I'm 38 years old and I've never owned a car in my entire life. Not something I'm proud of, but definitely a hill that I'm willing to climb on top of and conquer. Also, I am in the Little Theater of Winston-Salem production of Beautiful, the Carole King musical. Come check us out. You know what I'm saying? You can buy your tickets over at ltofws.org/beautiful. We open June 7th through 9th. We run June 7th through 9th, 13th through 16th, and 20th through 23rd. That's right, basically the entire month. Thursday through Saturday's performances will be at 7:30 p.m. Sunday at 2 p.m. Saturday, June 15th and 22nd at 2 p.m. at the Haynesbrand Theater. Tickets starting at $13.50. So come check me out. What am I doing in it? I'm going to be a director. I'm going to be singing on Broadway. And yo, is this thing freezing? Let's see this thing. Okay, we're going. We're cooking. All right. So, rehearsing for Beautiful has been a wonderful experience, because I remember on Friday I was just sitting there amongst these incredible artists, listening to these incredible songs, knowing that I'm going to take part in it, doing something that I've always loved doing, being part of something that I've always wanted to be a part of ever since I was 8 years old. And I was like, thank you, God. And I felt myself filled with so much joy. So much joy. I want you to marinate on that. I'm going to take a sip of water. I had so much joy in my heart radiating through my senses. So, what does it take to find joy? Well, like Dan's character in Every Brilliant Thing, you know, he had some of the most draconian circumstances taking place that led his life into a tailspin, that made his circumstances wonky every time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the entire show is kind of like a chess match of life, where one is just trying to get from one day to the other. But that made me think about my life. That made me think about how joyous I was on Friday. That made me think about the amount of joy and gratitude and thankfulness that I've been reaching for in 2024. I have been spending this entire year trying to find the best Adrian that I could possibly be. But if I were to spend this entire year, like I have previous year, dwelling on circumstances that have happened in the past, then I would not get anywhere. I would not be effective in my life. When I was just sitting there chilling, minding my own business in the theater, right? Jeremy and Amber, married couple who I worked with before, great people. Roll up on me, give me a big hug. I was in church today. Lady who I know named Tabitha sees me, gives me a big hug. There's been times when kids have embraced me, where I've been ambushed with hug after hug after hug after hug. Why? Because Adrian Quarles has decided that I'm not going to let the traumatic, draconian, boorish, egregious nature of my past, that includes child abuse, suicidal thoughts, child neglect, all that. I'm not going to let that seep into who I am as a person and allow it to make me come off as a poisonous, toxic person here in my adulthood. I will be 40 next year. I am old enough to make a decision on what path I am going to go, what route I'm going to go. I choose joy. Now, my man Nico, he asked me something. I hope you don't mind me sharing this. He asked me, what's the difference between choosing joy and coming out fake? Fake is when you wear a Halloween mask, right? You put on a Halloween mask, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to smile, I'm going to do this for everybody, I'm going to be a people pleaser, I'm going to do everything I possibly can do to make everybody smile, but I am a shipwreck on the inside. What's ADQ doing? What do I recommend everybody do? What are a lot of positive thinkers out here doing? We're out here taking the shipwreck that's on the inside and rebuilding that ship and making it stronger than ever. That's what Every Brilliant Thing translates to me. Taking the wood, taking the pieces and everything that has been completely destroyed by those who are supposed to build it and maintain it, and rebuilding it and making it the strongest ship ever. You know what I'm saying? I read the 50th Law, right? Love that book, The 50th Law. The 50th Law by Robert Greene and 50 Cent. It's kind of like it kind of seems like a sequel to the 48 Laws of Power, which I'm going to be working on next. I'm a reader. I am a reader. And one quote that Robert Greene says in this book, he says, people have problems and traumas that they carry with them from their childhood on. Most often when they do something to harm or block us, it really is not directed at us personally. It comes from some unfinished business from the past or deep insecurities. We happen to cross their path at the wrong moment. I want every single moment that you all, those of you who are watching and who are subscribing to the channel ADQ YouTube channel, I want every single solitary moment that you pass me to be a blessing upon blessing upon blessings. You know what I'm saying? But that can't happen if I take everything from the past trauma, and let it inflict who I am as a person. If I do, then I am fully blocking out any possibility for change or growth. Life is all about growth. You have to change things sometimes and not be stuck in your ways, stuck into your environmental ways of doing things. You can't always be a product of your environment. If I were a product of my environment, coming up, you think I could have achieved half of the things that I've been able to do? And I was looking to the right so I could pull up a Bible verse. It says, we went over this. It says in Revelation chapter 4, verse 2. Let's see. Verse 2. Instantly I was in the spirit, and I saw a throne in heaven, and someone sitting on it. That's not what I was going for. Okay, let's see if we can find this ESV translation. And once I was with the spirit, and behold, a throne stood in heaven with one sitting on the throne. Let's see. Let's go, verse 1. After this I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven. And the first voice which I heard speaking to me like a trumpet, come up here and I will show you what must take place after this. Yo, if you come up, I feel like that's symbolic. Come up. Vibrate. Higher. Upward. Does that make sense? So let's see. Let's look at it. 2 Timothy 2:11. Alright. Irregardless of what your religious beliefs are, just think of it like this, alright? 2 Timothy 2:11 through 12. The saying is trustworthy, for if we have died with him, we will also live with him. If we endure, we will also reign with him. If we deny him, he will also deny us. I think that says to me is taking all that God offers in life and channeling it, ascribing to it, tapping into it, and living by it. That way, if you fully ascribe into the gifts of which God has given you, and if you're not religious, if you fully ascribe, if you have a energy and an outlook of life that is very gratitudinal, if you just go out there and put out positive energy will hit you back, yo. If you go out there thinking thinking of things that are praiseworthy or that are worth being grateful over. That energy attracts. You know what I'm saying? I cut out a lot of negative people out of my life. Now if you're wondering, yo, Q, why are you reading the Bible after all the crapping on Christianity you've done? Let's put it this way. I'm getting really personal in this episode. But let's put it this way. Recently, Russell Brand got baptized, and I don't think that Russell Brand has always been the most spiritual, most Christian person, right? But I listened to his podcast, and he's been talking about how Christianity at this particular juncture in his life speaks to him, and he's smart enough to know the ins, the outs, and what may or may not be some hang-ups about describing Christianity. I'll tell you this. I know about the Council of Nicaea. I know about the Emerald Tablets of Troy. I know that there's so many different aspects that went into the formation of the Bible. I know all that, right? I haven't read the Emerald Tablets of Troy. I have not read in detail the Council of Nicaea, but I do know that the Council of Nicaea came together to make Christianity a state religion. But I'm like, what if they took aspects of Christianity from its original inception and made it and crookedized it, colonized it, and made it a very, very, very dangerous, very toxic, colonized and patriarchal religion? That's very possible. Me, on the other hand, I look at Russell Brand getting baptized, and I'm like, yo, when you really look at what Christianity is supposed to be about, it's like you have messed up in life. You have, we'll say, sinned. You have fallen short so many times that you just like, yo, I need somebody to take me by my hand and redeem me and get me to the glory that awaits you. Like it says in, I believe it's Romans 8:18, the pain that you're enduring now is not worth comparing to the glory that awaits you. I believe that's in Romans 8:18. And it's like setting your mind, like it says in Colossians, setting your mind on things that are above, setting your mind towards that glory, and taking what's in the mind and aiming for that, right? And knowing that you're being redemptive because God in human form has adopted you into the family, the kingdom, the family and stuff, and counts you as your own. I mean, it's really hard not to fully embrace that, especially if you have gotten to the lowest of the low of the, to the lowest of the lowest, to the lowest of, to the low of life. So I say to anybody who ascribes to Christianity and only wants to use it to redeem their own life and be a light to others, I say good for them. I saw a post recently that said you cannot be a conscious Christian. I got two words for you: Marcus Garvey. So, apart from religion, apart from all that, it comes down to who has the authority over your life. One thing that Aaron and Dan make sure to say at the end of the podcast: you make it a good day. You have that power. You do. You have that power to decide, I am going to be grateful for all of the good things. When you look at life through a magnifying glass and not through, a superficial projection, you will find that you have a lot more to be grateful for than you think. I decided I want to lose weight. Here I am, 118 pounds later. Kind of gained a little bit of muscle weight, but it's all good. Everything's a decision. Hurt people don't have to hurt people. Whenever somebody toxic says that, I say, hey, that's a cop-out. And I'm someone who's been hurt. Hurt people do not have to hurt people. It's a decision. Everything is a decision. Like, I decide that at night, I stay in the house instead of like going out and partaking upon any shenanigans. I read this post about being out at night that I agree with, and I am searching for it. And once I find it, I'm going to let y'all have it, and then we're going to start to wrap this up, because you all have a Monday, a great Monday to go on about and make powerful moves, be an incredible blessing and a privilege to know. And once I find it, I'm looking for it. Does my haircut look great? I know it does. Here it is. Alright, check this out. This is what I read. Hot dog. Alright, I love reading. Let's go. Alright, so this is from someone named Devontae Shear. The nightlife is a low vibrational astral cafeteria. Prior to the human invention of artificial light, after sunset, humans would simply go to sleep. Humans were in sync with the natural cycles of wakefulness and rest, a circadian rhythm. No activities were performed at night without the use of fire. At night is when the dark side of life has more power. It's literally the time when the demons come out. More crime, more chaos, more low vibrational sex. I know a little something about that one. Even parasites are more active at night, which are the entities that control most of humanity's behaviors. Physical parasites and astral parasites work hand in hand. In fact, the physical parasites make you crave food, substances, and activities that allow the astral parasites to gain control over your subconscious even more. Substances like alcohol, which contain no benefit for humans and actually lowers your frequency to your most animalistic root chakra state, is the fuel of nightlife. In order to match the frequency of nightlife, you need to allow these entities to temporarily possess you while they disguise it as just having fun. Going out to clubs, bars, strip clubs, etc., which operate and become more full at night, allows these entities to feed off your energy. These places are literally the feeding grounds of low vibrational entities and demons who need to be nourished by your energy. If you're sober in these locations, you will literally feel a massive disconnect because your frequency is higher than everyone who's there. And because the demonic behavior has been normalized, you'll actually be called the weird or strange one for being sober in these locations. I have been called weird or strange because I choose sobriety. If you have a high frequency and are sensitive to energy, you will literally feel the entities in these locations attaching to you and feeding off your energy. You'll be able to feel them drain all your heart chakra, love energy, and any kundalini, sexual energy you've built, which creates a painful sensation in your spine. Your romantic relationships will go through massive problems due to them still being attached to your heart chakra when you go home. Thus, if you have a high frequency and want to keep your energy pure and divine, you can't afford to engage in the nightlife. You must find other ways to have fun that don't include lowering your frequency, stirring sexual energy with strangers, opening portals for more demons to flow through, and indulging in poisonous substances or behaviors. Just by going into one bar, you could have 300 plus entities attached to you, which will manifest as massive chaos in your life. People don't go out to these places with high vibrational intentions. They visit these places to fulfill voids in their life with instant gratification. There's literally no love in these nightlife streets because the entities have absorbed everyone's heart chakra energy. You won't be able to engage in high vibrational conversation or any frequency raising behaviors because everyone's too intoxicated with poisons to even comprehend you. You'll always feel like you're at a place and don't really belong there once you really start maintaining a higher frequency. You desire to connect with other beings on a deep, intimate level because we are social beings by nature, yet the entities take advantage of that by creating low vibrational bonding environments to siphon our energy. You're not going to find the divine feminine out at a bar drinking alcohol, shaking her cake muffins in front of random strangers. No, I will not. Ladies, you will not find the divine masculine out at a bar drinking poison looking for promiscuous low vibrational women because they're too busy working on their high vibrational purpose. Thus, the real connections from your soul tribe you will form when the sun is out, when you're actually designed to be awake. These connections take longer to form and require that you love yourself enough to be patient and don't fall for the trap of instantly gratifying shallow connections. Yet eventually, if you stay on the path of light, you'll run into high vibrational places and people that fuel your spirit and actually heal your heart and assist your kundalini to raise up your spine into your crown chakra. You deserve to visit high vibrational places. You deserve to protect your energy from parasites. You deserve to have fun in divine ways. All glory be to the Most High. Smile and give thanks. I love that, and I agree with pretty much all of it. Now, I'm out. Now, whenever I am outside at night, it's to do a film, or to, perform in theater. I'm working or perform poetry. But as far as being at a random bar, unless I'm watching someone sing or perform or whatever, yeah, man, I just watch while I can watch, and then I'm out, man. Because when you match traumas, voids, needs that have occurred in your life with behavior that may take place at certain places at certain times at night, you know what I'm saying? You're going to flock to that. I believe that's how alcohol and drug abuse is born. But if you decide that you want joy, you don't need anything outside yourself in order to attain that. I'm going to read a passage from The Mathematics of the Mind by Brother Nuri Muhammad. And then I'm going to get up out of here and let you all have a wonderful, powerful Monday, because that's what it's going to be. It's a wonderful, powerful, enriching Monday. So Brother Nuri Muhammad writes on page 32 of Mathematics of the Mind. This is under the chapter, Friends, How Many of Us Have Them? Proverbs 27:19, 1 Corinthians 13:33 says, "Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals," which that's what you can find in these spaces. And if you attract so many people with such negative, toxic, poisonous energy to them, that's going to turn you into a negative, poisonous person. Tupac once said, "You cannot be an angel in a room full of demons." So do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals. Surah in the Quran 24:26 says, "Unclean things are for unclean ones, and unclean ones are for unclean things. Good things are for good ones, and good ones are for good things. These are free from what they say. For them is forgiveness and an honorable sustenance." others. We cannot tell others we are something different if everybody we are close with are what they are. Solomon said, if you walk with the wise, you become wise. For companion fools will suffer harm. Let not believers take the disbelievers for friends, rather than believers, and whoever does this has no connections with Allah. None. Surah 3:28 in the Quran. Muhammad was asked, which friends are best? He said, whosoever sight reminds you of Allah, whose conversation adds to your knowledge, and whose action help you remember the hereafter. Stimulation social interaction. That's in the wonderful book that I'm working on right now by Brother Nuri Muhammad, The Mathematics of the Mind. When I saw that title, I was like, yo, I gotta get that book. So, joy is a decision, my friends. Joy is a decision. Let me take another sip of coffee. In both of those things that I just read, a lot of our joy is predicated over who we hang around. Also, a lot of your joy is predicated over what do you think about you. I lived life based off of what others thought about me for far too long. I spent more time on this earth worried about what others thought about me than I did worrying about what I thought about me. Now, I think that I am an Asiatic king. That's what I think about myself. I think that anybody who is able to share space with me is indeed blessed. And if they are a high vibrational individual, I am blessed to share space with them. But if they are a low vibrational individual, then I'm going to limit the amount of time that I spend with them. Not personal, just, I'm in a healing season right now. So, I would say if you're looking for everlasting joy, I would say the ticket to everlasting joy is complete communication to God, with God. Prayer. I would say prayer is the best place to start. Ask for a healed heart. Ask for a soft heart, because a lot of us, when we go into situations in which we feel like we have to have our radars on, that's because we got a hard heart and paranoia is at max. Nah, ask God to soften your heart. In all my ways, allow me to acknowledge you, Lord, and direct my paths. Like, I think that's a song. So, yo, I'm about to get up out of here. Yo, y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this. Find joy, man. There is joy. There is so much joy in a Monday morning, believe it or not. There's so much joy everlasting in a Monday morning. If you don't have anything else to be joyous about, be grateful that you are able to link, see, and hear an episode of ADQ's Renaissance. I'm ADQ. Thank you for listening. I'll holler at you next time. Peace.
Straight classics.